Hey, who wants to go to the beach? I want to go to the beach. Raise your hands. It's a perfect beach day. In fact, it's so perfect that I'm going to have to be careful that I don't let my phone get too hot, because that can be a problem on a perfect beach day such as this. Who is that? Karen! Hey Karen, good to see you, my friend. Glad you're here. Welcome to Fort Lauderdale Beach. It is, oh no, look what I see. Mommy's digging the hole for her baby. Oh, good Lord. All right, we're gonna have to have a little talk with Mama. All right, you guys. Hi. You know holes are really dangerous for little kids.
We do this almost every day. Thank you.
Okay, but one day that hole can cave in and it can be a tragedy. It's illegal down in Lauderdale by the Sea to dig a hole with your child.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah.
I always push it back in.
Look. She doesn't care. She says she does that every day with her child. And you heard me tell her that one day you could have a problem. That's a very small child. Well, just watch how she lets her little girl go into the hole. And she's also pulling sand out of that hole with the water going into it. That could so easily turn into a tragedy. I know she thinks that she could react very quickly, and I would hope that would be true. But she's teaching her child to dig holes at the beach. She says they're doing it every single day. Yeah, and so close to the water, not a good idea. That mom, I think all we can do right now is pray for her, because she is not going to change her habit of teaching her baby how to dig holes at the beach. That's why I told her that it's illegal in Lauderdale by the Sea. Illegal. And there she is, digging holes, digging a hole. Look at that baby in that hole. And there's water in it too. It could just cave in. It's sad. And she doesn't care. I know I gotta let it go. I just want you guys to know that I did my best. And what this woman is teaching her baby is very bad. The reason that it is illegal to dig holes on the beach in Lauderdale by the Sea is because last summer, a little girl, older than this little girl, much older, she was like 7 or 8, and she and her brother were playing in a hole in front of the ocean, just like that. And all of a sudden the hole caved in, and the little girl was beneath her brother, and she died at the scene. And her brother also was overcome by the sand, and he had to be in the hospital for several days, and he did survive. It is illegal, Jason. In Lauderdale by the Sea, Florida is absolutely illegal. In honor of that little girl, her name is Sloan Mattingly, and I think you need to probably go and look it up. Look up Sloan Mattingly if you don't believe me. I've rescued many children from holes. Looks like I'm making people pretty angry about it, huh? Yeah, that little girl has dumb parents. Uh-huh. Yeah, people are pretty mad right now for me trying to save the life of a child. That is unbelievable. That is crazy. You know, you could also build a sandcastle with your child instead of digging a hole. Digging holes kills people. Two teenagers died just last month, actually, digging a hole in Florida in the sand. 2 teenagers, and they're dead now. So if you think it's not true, then why don't you look it up? Teaching a child to dig holes at the beach and then go in the hole, it could be a death sentence. And I am kind of shocked to see people that are so uninformed. Well, now they're informed, but they still don't understand the danger of holes at the beach. It's really sad. The hole doesn't have to be deep at all, Nathan. It could be even just a foot deep. If a child's body is in a hole, like that little girl was up to her waist in that hole, and it suddenly caves in with the water going into it, it will happen very quickly. That's how it works. Yeah, no holes, castles, exactly. It's not a freak occurrence, actually. It's something that happens when you dig a hole at the beach. It's something that could happen. I'm not saying it always happens, but it does happen. And children die. So why would you want to dig a hole at the beach, knowing that people actually die? Children, especially, because they're so small. Hi, Terry. Yeah, it does happen a lot. It's very bad parenting. Because the hole caved in, Nathan, when they were in the hole, and they suffocated and they died. That's how you die in a hole at the beach. Or any hole in the sand that you dig. It's a very dangerous thing to do. Yeah, exactly. Sand and water, it's a suction. Dawn knows. Yes, the kid from Bay Area got paralyzed digging a hole. Exactly. The hole that is larger than the child is the hole that the child can die in. It doesn't have to be that large when the child weighs, like, what does that little baby weigh? Maybe 20 pounds? The hole is relative to the size of the child. Let's put it that way. If your child can stand in a hole up to their waist, you probably don't want them in the hole. That's what I'm saying. That's a good way to look at it. The hole is relative to the size of the child. No, like enough for a child to be submerged. That's all. Two kids in North Carolina last summer. They die. It happens. And I'm pretty shocked at the people fighting me on this one. Like, I live at the beach. And last month, teenagers died in the hole. And last month, I actually saved a teenager who was in a hole up to his neck with his father sitting right next to him. And I warned them, and he got out of the hole, and his father helped him fill it back in, which was the right response. This lady just continues to dig that hole and let her baby go in it. It's very irresponsible parenting. And she says she does it every day. So we can just watch her do that and hope that nothing bad happens. Because a hole in front of the ocean, look, what happens when you stand in the ocean? What happens to your feet? You can be standing in a hole all by just not even moving. in front of the ocean. It pulls it in, pulls the sand in, and can pull you out. This woman is literally, look at this, she is letting her baby sit in that hole. Look at that. Does she think she's making a swimming pool? Because that is the most irresponsible thing I've literally ever seen. Wow. Wow, just wow. Well, I'm gonna film her so everybody can see that this woman basically told me to bugger off. Right, closer to water, more reason that it can be a sinkhole. I wish somebody else would come up and tell her to stop doing this. No, kids playing on the beach is fine. Kids literally going into holes, like that baby's gonna go in that hole. And if it caves in on her, if it becomes a sinkhole, she won't survive. I hope she doesn't learn the hard way. Even the mom's in the hole, and they'll both go down. It's actually an awful thing that we're watching right now. It's not what if there's a sinkhole. She's literally making a sinkhole. She's creating something that could become a sinkhole so easily. That's what you don't understand. Yeah, the tide comes in, the danger, it's right there, exactly. She's creating a sinkhole for her child to literally sink in. Because that's how it happens. Yeah. If I mind my own business and that child died, I would not be able to sleep at night. Every time I see a child in a hole, I say something because I care. Not because I'm trying to ruin anyone's good time. Sorry, my phone, my gimbal is broken and nothing is working out on this. Anyway. Yeah, it's very, very bothersome to see you people who are so blasé about a woman making a sinkhole for her baby. I did do something. I told her to stop, and she just said, no, I do it every day. Of course I'm doing the right thing. Yep, 2 teenagers died, actually, Charles, last month. And last year, a little girl and her brother died. I hope the lifeguard does say something. In fact, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna go tell the lifeguard that he should say something. Because she's clearly not gonna listen to me. Yeah, just a Jill, who cares? Gretchen knows. On a long and lonesome highway east of Omaha, you can listen to the engines rolling out as one long haul. You can think about the woman or the girl you knew the night before. Well, your thoughts may soon be wandering the way they always do when you're riding 16 hours and there's nothing much to do. And you don't feel much like riding, you just wish the trip was through. Here I am on the road again. Here I am up on the stage. Here I go, playing the star again. Here I go, turn page. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go talk to the lifeguard now, and I'm not going to film this. So I will see you guys on the next beach report. And I hope those of you who don't believe what I'm saying, I hope you never ever have a child or witness anything horrible like a child dying in a sinkhole. Okay? All right, you guys. Ciao for now. See you on the next